top here. All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Monday evening. Another edition of KFTV's post-game live. Shout out to our sponsor of the night, Underdog Fantasy. Use our code KFTV for up to $1,000 in bonus cash plus a free pick. Knicks back in action at the Garden, taking on a red-hot Memphis Grizzly team, winners of 6 straight and one of the best of the West. And the judges out there, Al, they were looking for a quality victory. And Mikal Bridges would set the tone tonight for his squad. Mr. Bridges with 28 points, stellar defense on Ja Morant, and overall, this was a New York grit beat down. The Knicks defense came to play. The offense is in a frenzy right now, and it was all Knicks, man, including a 42-point third quarter, a 41-point fourth quarter, 83 points in the second half. The Garden was on fire tonight, and it was one of them ones, man. Knicks win 143 to 106. 4-game winning streak. 1 game back of the Boston Celtics. Ladies and gentlemen, lock in because the New York Knicks are here to play, man. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. CP the Franchise, Alex Chitaros on the ones and twos. Let's go, man. Let's go. What a night.
Is that you wiping a single tear from your eye? Like, good Lord, man. How proud can I be after watching this one?
Oh, very, very proud, man. Very proud. I put out on Twitter this morning, I was very concerned about this game. As JD said, he's scared. He's scared. No, I wasn't scared. JD talking about, I called him on the phone. I was scared. No, I was not scared. Never scared. But concerned. Because, look, this team, Memphis team, 6 games in a row. Top 5 in all ratings, a good defense, a very good offense. This was the number 1 scoring team in the NBA right now, 124 per game. They got a lot of their scoring off of their threes as well, where the Knicks are weak. But one thing I did say on this pregame show, if the Knicks were going to get after it, get this game, it had to be on the defensive end. Because one thing Memphis will do is turn the ball over. They will cough it up. And the Knicks were opportunistic tonight, man. 26 Grizzly turnovers led to 36 Knick points. I love the defense tonight, bro. But most importantly, I love Mikal Bridges tonight, bro. I loved how he set this tone because his job on Ja Morant was key for this one. And he was ready. He was ready, man.
He was ready for the challenge. I mean, you talk about looking for two-way play tonight. This guy gave you just that. 12 and 19. First of all, super efficient from the field. 12 and 19 from the field, get you 28 points. Got you 6 assists with 5 boards on top of that. 1 steal, 2 blocks. The man was filling the stat sheet tonight. And then when you look at the guy he had to guard for most of the night, in 27 minutes, all Ja Morant could muster, CP, was 10. And I repeat, 10 points. Ja Morant went 5 of 13 from the field, no free throw attempts, only 5 boards, 2 assists. And on top of that, I'm not really a big plus-minus guy, CP, but minus 41, your lead guy, your superstar,
insane,
getting clamped. Man
insane.
Came through New York, and Mikal Bridges put on the black Air Force Ones and said, not today, buddy. Yeah. We're going to stop you. I'm going to put you in your place. And on top of that, Memphis ain't got no answer for me. Do you hear that right now, CP? Do you hear that? Quiet. That is the outside Madison Square Garden because there was a massacre today.
Yeah.
There was an absolute massacre. All right? Actually, the Knicks might be in trouble, man, for, animal cruelty. This was they were slaughtering the Grizzlies tonight. Slaughter. But Mikal Bridges, by far, this was by far a signature game for him. You talk about having to guard one of the premier guards in the league, one of the premier players. We're talking about like one of the top 20, 25 players in the league right now, right? Even after all the troubles Ja's been through, he's still a dynamic guard that is leading his team to being 3rd in the Western Conference. And so for Bridges to come in today and be able to stop him, and by stopping him, the Grizzlies looked lost on offense. I mean, they had to rely on Triple J to get most of the points tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you got to rely on Triple J, it's not going to be a good night for you. Granted, now, Memphis did put up 106 points, but Ja is the engine to that team. So Bridges shut him down, and then conversely, my God, man. I mean, that third quarter was just outstanding for Bridges, my man. Like, knocking down every single shot. This is what we need out of him on a night-to-night basis. You play like this on a night-to-night basis, and this is 2 games in a row, by the way. He did this against the Sacramento Kings, and now he did this against Memphis. Against 2 quality teams, 2 signature wins, 2 signature performances for Mikal Bridges.
He was major, man, and he, after that Kings game, we talked about this on Saturday night, and I was on ESPN Radio this morning, and I talked about it with my guys up in Albany, Roger and Mike. And with Karl Anthony Towns, and Towns had a good game tonight. He was good, but if he's not gonna be at that MVP peak Towns, this is where the Knicks aren't falling off, because they have a reliable third scorer, shot creator who can assume that level where Brunson and Towns are. And this is what you see with Mikal Bridges, man. He's getting more and more comfortable with this team. The chemistry's developing, and it's helping his defense. Now he's locked in. His energy is much better. His body language is much better. He's fantastic, man. He's been absolutely fantastic this month. And, hey, man, he set the tone for his guys. So, great job by Mikal Bridges. 28 points. As you said, efficient night, 12 and 19 from the field, 2 of 6 from downtown, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 1 steal, a plus 43 on the night. Al, for my second game ball, Towns had his double-double and all that, 24 and 11. Brunson had 20 and 6, 8 and 14. They do that on a regular basis. I'm skipping over them tonight. My second game ball is going to Precious Achiuwa and the Knicks bench. We got to give it up for them, man. They've been getting a lot of heat. One of the worst scoring benches in the NBA, if not the worst. And Precious has also, since coming back from that hamstring injury, he's gotten more and more comfortable, better and better as the games go. And he set a really good tone. Because another one of my concerns tonight was that Grizzlies depth. Taylor Jenkins, he's going to go 10 deep, quick, fast, and in a hurry. He did that damn near in the first quarter. But Precious setting that tone defensively, and then offensively, man, just taking it to him, whether it was Brandon Clark, it's Zach Edey, just being aggressive on the offensive end. Precious was sensational tonight. 14 points, 6 and 9 from the field. He's dunking, he's scooping layups like Dr. J out there. 4 steals, 2 blocks, and assist. Smoking on packs. You know what I mean? Like, they doing everything out there. It was crazy tonight, man.
You saw that celebration between Bridges and Precious.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
I mean, that's the only reason.
Yeah, that was my former life, but I knew what he was doing. That was nice. That was cool, man. That was cool, man. Yeah.
Yo, Precious was on one, bro. Yeah. I mean, you talking about a signature game for another guy. Precious tonight, man. The intensity, the aggressiveness. I mean, you see the versatility. I thought in the third quarter and the fourth quarter as well, to begin that fourth quarter, right? You're looking for hopefully this Knicks bench to maintain that lead, right? And I don't know about you, but I started to get a little bit of like tremors where it's like, oh, is this Knicks bench, because we saw a good first half. Second half, it was like, did the flame go out? Is this team now going to allow the Grizzlies to get back in this with their second unit? Because look, Grizzlies have the second best scoring bench in the NBA. And so it's like, you can only play defense for so long until, if you're not knocking down shots, Grizzlies could just work their way back in there. But talk about one campaign, because that's another guy we got to talk about, man. Campaign caught fire, all right, in that fourth quarter. But Precious also leading the way defensively was just key, man. I mean, he disrupted everybody on that second unit, deterring everybody, and then just leading that once again. We talk about scoring out transition and defense leading to offense. Precious's defense led to Knicks' offense, man, for that bench. And so it was contagious. I mean, so contagious. Campaign was working off of that and knocking down threes, man. Tonight was one of those nights where Campaign was a sniper with his shot. So, it was a complete team effort, but Precious, man. I mean, he's trying to show you, he's starting to show you that versatility, and it looks like he's starting to get more comfortable in his role. And that's the guy, man. Like we talk about just wanting to have that switchability, that versatility, right? That's what he offers. And this is now 2 games, CP, 2 games where Tibbs has relied on him to play major minutes, with Cat on the bench. That fourth quarter, even though it's the entire second unit, we see Cat with the second unit, but he decides to say, you know what, Precious, I'm going to leave it in your hands. Let's see what you're going to give me tonight, and let the bench continue to rock.
14 for Precious, plus 9. As I said, 4 steals, 2 blocks, 6 of 9 from the field. Knocked down a 3 as well. It was his night tonight with the bench, leading that Knick bench to 52 points and outscoring the Grizzly bench. But he had help, as you mentioned, campaign. But I'm going to go next up, Deuce. Another vital, important piece to this bench. We talked about it on Saturday, hoping that Deuce can get back into his groove, get back into his efficient shooting. But one of the things that was noticeable with Deuce was that he was 6 of 13 from the field, and only 2 of those were 3. He went 2 of 7 from downtown. So for tonight from Deuce, you saw him attacking the paint a lot, which was a good sight. That was a good adjustment by Deuce. He had a nice attack in the basket when scooped the layup right over Brandon Clark. That was very impressive.
Yes.
14 points for Deuce, 4 dimes, 3 steals, 1 block, signature dunk I believe it was in the fourth quarter. Tyler Kolek feeding him, and Deuce getting a slam on the baseline. But that's good to see, man, because Precious and Deuce, they've got to bring it every night consistently on both ends, and tonight was one of their nights, man. Deuce was great tonight as well, man.
Absolutely, and you want to see this from Deuce, man, because after coming with, he's had lower leg injuries to begin this season, right? And so you wonder with those type of injuries in particular, will you have the confidence? I mean, obviously all sports is predicated on leg strength and so forth, but in basketball, right, jumping, shooting, anything, being aggressive, wanting to attack, like, you need to have confidence, and your legs are number one important thing in this game. So the fact that it looks like Deuce is now gaining more confidence after those injuries, that's huge, absolutely huge. And when he's knocking down shots, then he's just unstoppable. 6 of 13, as you mentioned, 14 points off the bench. You want to see him obviously knock down more threes, but I thought his energy was just great tonight. And then defensively, right there. How about the dunk in the fourth quarter, CP?
Dunk was ferocious, man.
Let me tell you something. I don't care, Matt McClung, whoever is going to be in that dunk competition. We got the best dunk competition tonight between Precious and McBride. They put on a show, all right? Yeah. I don't need to tune into any All-Star break for none of that nonsense. These guys were just doing it all tonight. But McBride, man, just want to see this momentum move forward. And look, if you're talking about giving these guys rest, 24 minutes for Deuce McBride, 20 minutes for Precious Achiuwa. And then when you look at the starters, CP, 34 for Bridges, 34 for OG, 33 for Cat, 25 for Brunson, 27 for Josh Hart. I mean, if you're part of the minutes police, you got to be thrilled with this type of performance, because these guys, look, 3 days of rest, demolished the Sacramento Kings. Now you're getting even more rest from tonight. Excellent, man.
Let's go.
Excellent stuff.
Absolutely, man. Call us up on the KFTV Discord to get your takes on tonight's game. So to everybody in the chat, wherever you guys are watching from, you guys know the deal. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Drop this link in your group chats when you're talking Knicks tomorrow morning. You guys know everybody's in a group chat. If you're on WhatsApp, you're in a text group, whatever it is, drop this link for the #1 show for the fans, by the fans. We mentioned Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. Efficient night for both players, man. For Towns, 24 and 11, 9 and 17 from the field. Took more threes tonight, 4 threes, hit 2 of those, 2 steals as well, and 1 assist. And it seemed like, again, on a night where he wasn't getting the calls, or at least he didn't think he was getting the calls, hey, he took it out on the court. He took it out on Zach Edey. He took it out on Brandon Clark, Triple J. So Karl Anthony Towns in that third quarter where they broke it open, 42 points. Karl Anthony Towns had 14 points there, and Jalen Brunson started cooking. He had 12 points on his way to 20 points, 8 of 14 from the field for Cap, 4 of 6 from downtown, 6 assists and 2 steals. And I thought, all things considered, given the fact that he picked up 4 fouls in the first half, thought he finished the game very well, and then, went off in the third. I
mean, between both Towns and Brunson, I mean, Brunson is just being spoiled at this point. 20 nights is a quiet night for him, and this is just the beauty about this team is that you don't need to necessarily rely on him, but as you mentioned, an efficient night for him. I mean, the one that really impressed me was because there's always chatter amongst NBA Twitter. Who's the better guard? This, that, the third. How about Brunson drilling that three in Ja's face, man?
Yeah.
Just jab stepping, jab stepping, jab stepping. Woo! That's what you want to see. Towns, though, what I liked about Towns' game tonight, 2 of 4 from downtown, man. The thumb wasn't bothering him. And so we had concerns. I had concerns a little bit, although I wanted to see a larger sample size. Is he going to be able to stretch the floor? Because that's the big key for his game, right? 2 of 4 from downtown. He's still being an efficient 3-point shooter, still on the same type of volume. You love to see it. And then still battling through pain and contact. Zach Edey, he was...
Edey had a tough night. He had a tough night tonight.
No chance. Good Lord.
Yeah.
If this was a welcome to the league moment for somebody, Zach Edey, this had to be for you because you were not stopping Karl Anthony Towns whatsoever. I mean, man was putting on a clinic, driving, working the paint. Cat's just phenomenal, man. Offensively, we already know what we're going to get from him, man. And 9 of 17 tonight, even when there were moments, I should say, of Triple J guarding him, he still figured out a way to score. And so that's what you want to see, man. Top defense in the league. How do your guys respond? And they responded by being the aggressors and putting the Grizzlies on their heels. And then you saw the Grizzlies were just floundering for most of the night.
I believe Mike Breen on the telecast said in the pregame telecast that the Knicks were like 30-something-1 when they dropped more than 30 assists. Did you hear that on the pregame? I forgot what the record is, but their record is crazy when they have more than 30 assists. Tonight they had 32 assists. Ball movement was fantastic from beginning to end. The ball movement was terrific, and the kick aheads in transition, man. The kick aheads were great. 6 assists for Mikal Bridges, 4 for OG. They had 1 for Towns, 6 for Brunson, 5 for Hart, 4 for Precious, 3 for McBride. Incredible night, man. Great
Incredible
night.
night.
Yeah, we got to confirm that stat, what their record is. But they got a crazy record when they average more than 30 a game, when they drop more than 30 assists a game. It's not 30 wins because they got 30-some odd wins right now. But it's a crazy record when they have more than 30 assists in a game. So we'll look that up on Basketball Reference or something and confirm that.
It's I'm seeing Wife of Leo or Zach Cadden saying it's either 17-1 with 30 plus assists or 18-1.
18-1. There you go. 18-1. So yeah, man. Love the ball movement. That was going to be key against this Memphis Grizzlies defense. And the one thing because Memphis, they're about I think they're 3rd in the league in points per possession in the half court. So, but given the fact that they will cough the ball up, they're 29th in the league in turnovers. You catch them offset. You get those transition opportunities. It was a great night. But that was Wingstop, man. That was Wingstop. It was Bridges, it was OG, and Josh Hart. We can't even forget about Josh Hart because on the point side, he was quiet, but he still logged 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal as well. So overall, back-to-back, great defensive performances by Wingstop. OG, he's got his efficiency back, 5 of 12 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown. He had 15 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, and 6 steals for the dog tonight. 6, bro.
Another solid performance from OG, man. And this is the stuff that you want to see from him, like 15 points. I love how he was just being aggressive, even with the mid-range game tonight that he demonstrated. It's, and he had to clarify what he meant by not getting touches, right? Because it's like, dude, you are getting touches. And then his actual response is, no, I wasn't being aggressive enough with my touches. And then we see him driving to the basket, obviously cutting, knocking down his threes, and just being an aggressive offensive player. And you see that mentality change has just opened up his game. I'm also sure that getting 3 days of rest, playing fewer minutes like tonight, and just not having to be taxed of playing 40 minutes also bodes well for OG. But you're starting to see that framework. And sometimes athletes, man, they get into these funks and they have to recalibrate how they look at the game just to get back into that mojo. And so for OG, man, 5 of 12 from the field, 15 points. I mean, whew.
Big night.
This team, man, the thing is, man, when the starting five is just rolling like this, they're just unstoppable. You know, and it's just they just have to enter every single game with this mindset, sharing the ball, being aggressive, and playing defense to the level that they're playing, man. And if they do this on a night-to-night basis, which is all we're asking for, this team is truly unstoppable.
Yeah, no question about it. I know everybody was like me. Did you see when McBride hit the dunk and everybody was going crazy? And MSG for like a split second showed the bench and OG was on the floor. I was like, yo, I was like, wait. Did he get hurt? Is he in the game? Was he in the game, out the game? Yo, I was nervous for like a split second. I said, nah, the dog is on the floor. What's going on right now? I had to like pause my McBride celebration. Like, yo, what's happening right now? Is it a hamstring? Is his elbow messed up? He was on the floor. I said, yo, what's going on?
At this point, man, it's just like you got to hold your breath for everybody that hits the deck. Cat, OG.
Oh, my God, bro.
We'll wait until Mitchell Robinson gets back. We'll be, you know.
Somebody in the chat respect Shaq said, I was scared for my life. I said, yo, what's going on right now, man?
Gonna have to start doing some prayer circles before every single game.
Yo, man. But nah, it was good to see him get his efficiency back. That was great to see. Hey, 143 tonight, 143 last night. 31-16, one game out of second place. No fire Tibbs talk. Oh, it's a beautiful night tonight, huh? Minutes Police, what's up? Hey, everybody, what rate this win in the chat, because then you got the other people like, oh, this wins nothing, this wins nothing, this wins something. Rate that win in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Rate the win. I thought it was a fantastic win tonight. I'm giving it a 5. Easy 5, Al. Easy 5 tonight.
How's it not a 5? You just like get 3 more points. You demolish third best team in the West by 40.
Yeah. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained, man? What a difference a week makes. Okay. Well, we here, man. We here. All right. So let's load up the Discord. Let's get the people in here. The members lounge is cooking right now. So we're going to get to the members first. I see somebody in the Discord named Show Nuff. Show Nuff from The Last Dragon fame. For you young whippersnappers. Al, you ever seen that movie, man? That might have been a little bit before your time. But anyway, showing off on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yeah. What's popping? What's
CP,
good? Alex, what's going on?
What's good?
All right, yo, we need some energy because I seen the chat and everybody was like, yo, just calm down. We've been waiting for years to cheer for this, to just go bananas and stupid. And I'm sitting here walking through my neighborhood because I can't be loud because my wife cursed me out. And I don't live in a neighborhood. I live in a neighborhood where they call cops. So
okay. No problem. You in the neighborhood? You paying good taxes? Your tax bill is heavy. Your tax bill is heavy. Okay. I
got a gate guard. This is say like that.
No problem, sir. Yes.
But what I did realize. Well, I'm gonna keep it funky with you. What I realized was basically Mikal Bridges took the energy out of Ja Morant.
Yes, he did.
Took the energy. I mean, Ja Morant did not. I didn't even know he was on the court half the time. He was minus 40 something.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, this is what we want to see. This is the defense, the length. This is what we want to see. And
did we lose showing off?
By the way, Ja was like, "Oh man,
yeah,
no." Mikal Bridges clocking in 27 minutes. I mean, Josh Hart clocking in 27 minutes. That's when I knew it was a blowout. And then Deuce adjusting from his jump shot to attack the rim. We couldn't get. I need to stop drinking because I gotta go to work tomorrow. What am I doing? My tie's gonna be all messed up. I mean, jeez. But this is for all the Tibbs fan haters. Fire him for who? Fire him for who?
So you saying you Tibbs fan TV with us?
I'm all the way Tibbs fan. I was Tibbs fan when he got here because I already knew Tibbs has a standard.
There you go, man.
We needed a coach with a standard.
There
right?
you go, man.
Tibbs got a standard.
Yeah.
Play hard, play rough, put the minutes in, and we'll be good.
And look at what it's producing. We producing results, man. Yeah. Talk to him, man. Yeah. Shout out my guys showing off on the Discord, man.
On a Monday, knowing I'm behind, got to get to work.
Yeah. Well, work can wait, man. We just won the game. It's 143. We 4 wins in a row. Man. Tell boss man they can wait, man.
Come on, man. You know what? I might have to call out. You know, I got the day. Wait, it's January, right? Yeah, I got the days reset.
All right, man.
I might call out.
Hey, do your thing, man. Appreciate it. Call back anytime. Listen, man, we just don't got enough super chats to help you out. So just be safe out there. Shout out to Show Nuff, Al. I did not pay that man. He called in on his own accord, Al. I did not pay that man. I don't know that man. He said he was Tips Fan TV. I was just asking the questions.
You keep saying that. People might be thinking that, you're just starting to pay hired actors to call in and support Tibbs. Just letting you know, man.
Shout out to Show Nuff. Who's the master? It's a classic movie, Al. Classic 80s joint. Vanity. Shout out to Vanity. Hey, yo, Leroy. Classic bars. I'm just dipping into my nostalgia. No, don't mind me. Okay.
There you go.
Let me shout out the Super Chats in here. Shout out to Logie Bear, franchise channel member. He said belt to butt. Okay, that's what he said. That's the type of night. That's the type of night. Shout out to William Burt now, franchise channel member, $20 Super Chat. He says donation for Alex. He always drops you donations to go see a movie. Donation for Alex to see The Last Dragon at IMAX. There you go. That red glow, man. When Show Nuff came through when Bruce Leroy came through with the red glow, it was over with.
Doing some Googles right now. It came out in 1985, huh?
Absolutely.
Got to put this on the list.
Hey, yo, Leroy. Man, Show Nuff. One of the baddest villains of all time. Put some respect on his name. Shout out Bomani UFG. Franchise channel member says, if our defensive bench can play like they did tonight consistently, we can go all the way. Okay, so we getting slight window jumpers tonight. Slightly. He said
4-game winning streak.
Hey.
You beat the Kings, you beat the Grizzlies.
Hey, slight window jumpers. Okay. He says, who knew Precious would play this well for us? Hey, playing well, man. I never liked any of the trade scenarios involving Precious. Like you can't afford to lose a guy like that, especially when the Knicks don't have much assets to play with. You need clear-cut upgrades. To me, he's your most versatile player right now. So can't afford to give that up unless you're getting clear-cut upgrades. But who the hell is giving up a more versatile wing than Precious right now?
And I don't honestly, I like the energy that he brings, man. You talk about the versatility. We need defense first and foremost on this team. Guy that's capable of guarding multiple positions. And then I just like the energy that he brings, the toughness. You need that, man. You need guys to create that type of fabric for this team. So there's not a better upgrade for Precious. Honestly, I'm more curious what the Knicks do with him after the season because he's only on a one-year deal.
He's only on a one-year deal. Yeah, and remember, he had that technical no-trade clause waived so that he can get the extra deal. So he's on a $6 million deal, kind of waived that no-trade clause so they can have some flexibility at the deadline. But, hey. He's here, man. He's here. Shout out to Precious. Shout out to RGT85, Al, friend of the program, franchise channel member, says Tibbs deserves a shout out too. We all been hard on him, but the rotations tonight were perfect, and he trusted the bench for the fourth quarter. Yeah, he did.
Look, even Clyde was calling on Tibbs saying, look at him bringing in the bench early with 5-6 minutes to go.
He did.
Somewhere along those lines.
He did.
And I like that adjustment by Tibbs, man. Let these guys rest.
He's listening. He is listening. Shout out to A-Dub, $10 Super Chat says, shout out to Tibbs Fan TV. Okay, shout out to Tibbs Fan TV. Hey, I don't know this guy, man. I did not pay him.
You keep doing this, man.
I didn't lend him the $10 to drop in the chat, man. These people are just, on a night like tonight, they have more confidence to show themselves, man. That's the thing with me. I stand 10 toes on my opinions. You guys know this for years. This is year 8. You know this, Al. I stand 10 toes. You know what I mean? I'm never afraid to stand alone.
I'm just picturing you continue to say, who's this guy? I didn't pay this guy. I'm not we just need a skit, man. I just need a skit, like a 2-minute skit of you driving somewhere, going to a garage, meeting somebody in the shadows, paying them like, hey man, you're gonna come in under this alias and just praise Tibbs. That's what I need for you to do tonight.
Back me up. Oh, man. Pops the legend on the Discord. Pops, how you feeling, man? Do we have Pops? Pops going once. All right, we'll mute Pops. OSG. Oh, Pops, you
Hello?
there? Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Sorry
Okay.
about that, guys.
No problem.
Well, in the words of Ric Flair,
Shout out to the Nature Boy. No question, man.
yes, sir, man. Where can we start? I mean, Bridges had one lane open, one lane closed on that bridge. He was scoring and stopping Morant there.
Yeah.
And then you got OG, who I'm going to anoint him as the second coming of the glove. So I'm going to call him Mittens from now on.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you had Hart, Brunson, Catman. It's just a good win. We could say today it was a good win and we can enjoy it and let's keep this thing rolling because, like I said, wifey got me those Rocket tickets, man. So I want that same energy throughout this whole homestand.
Yeah. Gotta keep it up. Hey, you got Denver. I keep calling them the champs for some reason, but you got Denver coming in on Wednesday. You got the MVP coming in, so it does not let up. And then you got the King in them. And don't forget, we talk about the Celtics losing. Well, who they lose to? They lost to the Rockets, who beat the Celtics and beat the Cavs twice in a week. So we need revenge. We need revenge against a very, very good Rocket team. Eamon Thompson and them boys are balling out right now. So, hey, let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there cheering. Shout out to the team. And then hopefully what I would like also with the Lakers game is to actually show Mr. LeBron what it could have been if he would have been here.
Yeah.
And really cheer for a team that is, potentially can make it to the chip.
Yeah. Okay. Appreciate the call, man. Pops the legend. Pops the legend on the Discord. Rate that call in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Our guy Pops the legend. Okay. Do we have the Al, do we have the Mikal Bridges post game? Let me pull that up. Let me pull something up real quick. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. While we look for that, let's get some more calls in here, man. LD, go ahead and unmute your mic.
You hear me?
Yep, loud and clear. How you feeling, man?
I'm good. I'm gonna ask y'all how y'all feeling. How are you feeling right now? Yourself and Alex. How do you feel?
I'm always feeling good, man. I'm always feeling good. This team has been
this win.
Of course, this team plays well on both ends of the floor. The defense was spectacular. This was about the defense tonight for me. It really was. Offensively, they can walk into that offense at any moment, but it's about the defense. Tenacity.
An entire win, an entire team win, right?
Yeah.
Collective effort. Okay. With that said,
yes.
Hey, y'all in the chat, get y'all tomatoes ready because this is usually when y'all throw the tomatoes.
Here we go. He's ready. He's ready.
Hold on. Coach Thibodeau.
Yes.
And Alex, can we now, for the rest of the season, throw away the we don't have a bench claim? Can we officially throw that away, or do we still want to keep that in the tuck?
No, I know because the numbers don't lie. Tonight was a good night. Tonight was a good night for them.
Okay. So did you hear when the broadcaster said, "Oh, it's great to see Tibbs letting the bench play early"? You hear that part?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Perfect. I know you saw what Tyler Kohler did in 2 seconds when he got into the game. I know y'all see what Precious is doing. Let's not forget Mitch Robinson. We're still waiting to see if he's still a basketball player at this point.
Yeah.
But himself or Josh Hart are bench players. Long story short, we have the exact roster that we need to win a championship if we really want to this year.
Disagree.
And I'm saying this. You disagree?
That we still need an upgrade. I need a Shamet upgrade off the bench, and we'll see, man.
You don't like Shaman off the bench?
No.
I don't know, man.
He plays with good energy. I like his energy. He plays hard. I need a better option, man.
Okay, so so here's the question. Do you think the better option is already on the bench?
No.
Or do you think
I absolutely do not. No, I don't.
I don't know, man. That's tough, bro.
No.
I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna have recency bias. That's one thing with me, LD. Like, I love this win, but I'm gonna be level-headed. I'm not gonna let one win, sway my whole thing and jump out the window. Like,
Yes,
now
but
they're
the
contenders.
recency-
They still need work. They still need help.
Still, recency bias, I can understand that.
Yeah.
I don't see Shaman as anything but like a 10th, 11th, 12th man on the rotation. But I do believe
That's
we already
true.
have somebody who's better on the bench. So the discussion could be.
Oh, are you saying who?
Yes,
Kolick or Toppin? Who are you talking about? Kolick
Somebody.
or Dadier?
Or a collection of them. Of those players can do what you may not like that we're giving what's his name, Shamet so much time to do.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to go. So who would we go out and get? Like, who do you think we should go out and get?
Well, I got to see if they're able to turn Sims into something. I still think they need another wing depth off the bench.
I agree with that one.
I still want to see them
get
get some wing depth off the bench for sure.
I would not mind that. Get Sims out of here, and bring in somebody else. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But if somebody like Shamet is 10th, 11th, 12th on the bench, I don't mind that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
But a collection of them all can do what you believe Shamet doesn't do good enough as a role player. Now we can discuss definitely. I wouldn't like him as a 7th, 8th guy off the bench. I agree with that. You know what I mean? But I don't think Leon needs to do that much to get us contending. You know what I'm saying? I think we're good enough.
Well,
yeah,
I will say this. I think given the depth of the starting five, they can compete with anybody. No question. They can compete with anybody. I just think they need like one more solid piece off the bench. Bring Mitch back. Let's see if he's healthy. If he can contribute at Mitch standards, then I think we're talking. Then I think we're talking.
Right. I feel it. Well, let's keep winning. Good win tonight.
Appreciate the call, man.
Right,
it's a little ketchup-y in the chat right now, man. It's a little red. It's bleeding. The chat is bleeding right now. You know what I'm saying? But I hear what you're saying, man.
It's all good.
Yeah, man.
All right, man.
Yeah. Rate that call in the chat, man. Shout out to the good brother LD Al. He's another guy. He's not afraid to stand on 10 toes and stand on his opinions. What do you think, man?
I think it's one more transaction. I don't think it's that much of an upgrade on the bench that they need. I think someone like a Bruce Brown. I didn't like the idea of Bruce Brown like last season, but I like the idea of adding like a Bruce Brown to the bench now. You know, like everyone's asking for Josh Hart to go back to the bench right at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Get somebody who can bring that type of energy, who can run a pick and roll. I think someone like Bruce Brown, you bring him as like your other wing defender, guy who's switchable, plays hardcore defense. You add that with Campaign, Mitch, Precious. Then that bench looks even more tough than what it currently is. I think if you get somebody like him to replace Shamet, well, unless you expect Dadier to like take levels like next season, but I don't expect that to happen in 2 seasons.
I
expect Dadier is like that's a
project.
That's a project. That's multiple years.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
But I think somebody like a Bruce Brown, you add him to if you're not, and that probably won't happen this season unless Toronto buys him out.
Right.
But you talk about if you move Sims, the cap jumps up next year, maybe that's a guy that you can calculate for to bring on this roster.
Yeah, I agree with you. They will have the wherewithal to get somebody a little bit better like that in the offseason. They will have the wherewithal to do that, and then you're cooking. But I still think the how deep and flexible this starting five is, versatile the starting five is. They're gonna be tough, man. If they have to defend, you bring Mitch into the mix, they're gonna be tough, and that's why I say my Eastern Conference Finals prediction still stands. Last week, a lot of people throwing tomatoes at me with that stance. It still stands. I still think they're good enough to get it to the ECF, depending on how things shake out, matchups, and health, for sure, primarily.
Yeah,
You know
anything's possible. We saw the Pacers get there, and I didn't necessarily think the Pacers were the Eastern Conference team that we would all see last year. But, Knicks dealt with injuries. Bucks had horrendous defense last year, and the Pacers had their number. Next thing you know, you're in the ECF, and matchups do matter. That's why
matter.
And that matchups matter, wins matter. Like where you place in the conference, in the standings, like to get you to that spot, like all that means something, man. Yeah. Even having home court advantage. Look, I know that Tibbs playing these guys a lot of minutes, and that was like the big talk at the beginning of the season. But if you have home court advantage, guess where your role players perform best? At home.
Right.
So that's where you want it, right? So anything's possible, man. Anything's possible.
Yeah. Anything's possible, man. Shout out to KG. Okay. Here was Mikal Bridges after the game, man. The player of the game with our guy Han Solo, Alan Hahn. It's courtesy of MSG Networks. Here was Mikal Bridges.
Well, Mikal, this game felt like defense was what got the offense started. Started with you on Ja Morant, keeping him in check, and then getting your offense going as well. Was that the focus, and does defense get this team's offense going?
Yeah, for sure. I think when we get stops, we get out in transition, good things happen. So just playing together defensively and sharing the ball offensively, good things happen.
What happened in that second half? It seemed like just everything exploded. The building exploded, but the offense certainly got it going. What was the difference from one half to another?
Just keep playing hard. I think that's the main thing. Just wasn't playing to score. Just keep playing. Next man up, coming in, playing hard. Just a whole team effort.
Now, there's several celebrations you have that I really enjoy, but the one I'm really enjoying is your nosebleed one. You go up for an alley-oop, you get the nosebleed celebration, and the crowd goes crazy. You've been a visitor in this building a lot throughout your career. What's it like to play for the home team at the world's most famous arena?
Oh, it's amazing, man. It gives me confidence, gives me energy, so I always love playing here.
Thanks so much, Mikal.
Mikal Bridges. Yeah, I still can't believe it's a dick, man. I remember damn near crying in draft night when these fools took Kevin Knox. I said, what are we doing, man? This guy's standing right here. Villanova champion. We finally got him. Hey, took 5 draft picks to get him. We'll worry about the price later. Right now, he's playing like the guy that we need. Playing great, man. Great defense.
But ACP, couldn't you say that it was good that the Knicks didn't draft him, because through his journey, wanting to be a 3-and-D player in Phoenix, being part of a championship caliber team with CP3, Booker, and whatever happened to DeAndre Ayton, like that team gave him the experience that he needed, man, to understand the grind that it takes to get to that level.
True.
Then going to Brooklyn, he starts to expand his role, being a number 1 option. That's not necessarily his role, but he got skills, man, that is needed for this team right now. So it all works out in the end. See,
it all works out in the end.
You know what could have happened?
Yeah.
Knicks could have drafted him, and he could have been in a Kevin Knox situation, man. They could have broken that man's confidence.
That is true. They probably would have traded him. So who knows? Who knows? Timing is everything, as they say, man. Timing is everything. So shout out to Mikal Bridges. Absolutely sensational game. Back to the phones, and then we'll get to our key stats of the night. Back to the phones, man. OS Jedi on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. OS Jedi.
Hey, CP. Hey, Alex. How's it going tonight?
How you feeling, man? We talked during pregame. How you feeling tonight? You got the notes? What's good?
I got notes, but at the third quarter, I threw them away. I was like, I don't need these. This was a great game. But I want to start with a Star Wars quote.
Okay.
That the Knicks fan base needs to take in.
Okay.
It's like, let the past die. Kill it if you have to. There's only one way to become what you are meant to be. And I think the Knicks fan base right now constantly thinks about the past. They think about what has happened in the past to this team and don't see the bright future we have. Like, I went over the stats a little bit today.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go over some stats. October, 2-2. November, 9-6. December, 12-2. January, 8-6. We have a winning record every single month. Not only do we have a winning record every single month, we also are making incremental changes. Slowly, we're getting better. The bench is getting better. I remember when everyone was like, oh my God, Bridges isn't playing up to his shot's broken. You remember that at the beginning of the season?
Yeah. Yeah, it was panic early. There's a lot of early panic set in. The expectations were, pressure was busting pipes, man. Yeah.
And if you look at our record, you look at where we are, we're 1 game out of second place. Cleveland, I don't think, can keep up the pace they've had for the beginning of the season. After the All-Star break, they're going to have some trouble. Mm-hmm. That's my opinion. Not sure if it's true. When Mitch comes back, this team's going to be a lot stronger. We're going to have, stronger defense. What we saw tonight is the beginning of our bench getting confidence, and not just our bench getting confidence, but us being like, we are that team.
Yeah, true indeed, man. True indeed. Appreciate the call. Patience is key, man. Look, they're healthy. Towns is nicked up right now with the thumb, but by and large, they're healthy. And they're just showing their depth, especially in that starting 5. You know, it could be Brunson cooking one night, could be Towns, could be all 5 starters going crazy. Their offense is ridiculous, man. But it's defensively where they need to be consistent, and it's fixable issues for the most part. It's fixable issues. Yes, Brunson and Towns are going to have their deficiencies, and they're always going to be the marked men. But you know, overall, they have enough to win on a lot of nights, and they're going to be on pace to win over 50 games still. So we're good, man.
Still on pace, and that's the thing, right? Is this offense is just insane. Even at their worst offensively, CP, they're still really good, which is just, it's absurd. I mean, 2 back-to-back games of putting up 140 points, team is just rolling, and it could honestly be even more if Tibbs even played him that long, in my opinion. We could get up to 150, 160, but obviously you want to see the bench come in, give these guys some rest, but this offense is just absurd, and that's the whole point why they made the move for Karl-Anthony Towns, why they got Mikal Bridges. They didn't want everything to be solely on Jalen Brunson. They wanted to see more ball movement as well. They wanted to see versatility in this offense. This team certainly gives you that, whether it be OG dropping 40, whether it be Cat dropping 40, Brunson dropping 40, Bridges like, you have so many options. And for any opposing defense, it's, all right, who should we attempt to stop tonight, right? And you may say, let's go attempt to stop Jalen Brunson, and then Bridges starts going off. And then the double teaming, the blitzing that you're doing to Brunson fades away. And the next thing you know, he can attack. And that's the one thing we keep seeing when this team's rolling, is that at any single quarter, it could be any one of those guys in the starting 5.
Yeah.
Anybody. Even Josh Hart, man.
Anybody.
And so this team certainly offensively can hang with anybody. Defensively, you know, getting Mitch back, I think will help. I think you go get another wing, you know. I see people were throwing tomatoes to the Bruce Brown idea. I'm telling you.
Something like that is you can't look at him as it's one of those things. You can't look at him as a standalone player. Yeah. You got to look at him as to how he can move this thing forward, and I think he can. You're right. I'm with you.
Just to the collective, man, of what we got going on. I think somebody like that doesn't have to be Bruce Brown, but somebody like that at the wing position.
Yeah. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Al, I want to shout out Philip Bonforte. I just got the Shopify notification. He just copped one of the KFTV joints, man. He just copped one of the KFTV black joints. Al, you said you wanted a black.
That is correct.
It's on the way. I got you, man. It's on the way. Shout out to Philip. And shout out to everybody who's been copping, man. It's beanie season. It's frigid out here. It started to warm up here in New York, Al. Damn near felt like summer today. It felt great today.
What's summertime?
I mean, 40? Yeah. Considering
Must be nice.
It's been in the 20s for damn near a week. What's the weather like up there by you right now?
Brick.
Okay. All right. There you go.
Wearing my Carhartt jacket outside with a hoodie, man.
There you go. We
got
don't
that
need a
thing
number.
with the quilted liner.
Yeah. Need that.
It's cutting you, man.
That New England frost, man. That New England frost. Shout out to Ty73, franchise channel member, said $5 super chat. Says shout out to the Minutes Police. We up. That's what he said. He said Minutes Police up tonight. You had 34 for Bridges and Anunoby, 33 Towns, 25 for Brunson, 27 for Hart. It was Christmas for the Minutes Police tonight. Unbelievable. Congratulations to you guys, man. Congratulations, man. I am happy for you guys, man. You know? Shout out to Do Things in the chat. He says, CP and Alex, tonight I am impressed. If this team can turn it on when it matters most, we have nothing to worry about. Salute to Tyler Murray. Met him at the game. Yeah, salute Tyler Murray, man. He's a big-time KFTV fan and supporter. And I ran into him at the MLK game before pregame. We was chopping it up. And he was, man, he was just chopping it up. Very, very good dude, very professional, and really good at his job at a young age. So shout out to Tyler, man. I think he's going to be here for quite some time. So Troy Davis, $5 super chat, says, no bench plays well without minutes. No minutes, no rhythm. Tibbs finally listened. Also, starters clearly play better with fresh legs. Minutes Police were right. Okay. All right. Okay. Who else we got? The 77, salute to you. He says, but the Knicks don't have a bench. Hashtag Kolick Dimes. Okay. Shout out to him. James Baker, $5 super chat to CP and Alex. JD was excellent tonight. This was pretty and gritty. We are beginning to gel. Shout out to JD Breen on the play-by-play. And yeah, man, these guys are certainly looking great. They are looking good. Now, let's take a look at, we'll get to some more locker room sound bites. You sent me some locker room stuff, right?
Yes, I did.
All right, cool. Let's get to the key stats of the night real quick, and then we'll get to the locker room stuff. The key stats of the night, Al, brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Hey, 51% shooting for the Knicks and 38 from three. Those are great numbers against a Grizzlies team that is top 5 in defensive and net rating right now. Grizzlies shooting 45% and 37 from three, respectively. The Knicks, 77% from the charity stripe, 14 of 18, 17 free throw attempts for the Grizzlies. Both teams had issues with the refs in terms of the lack of calls. Personally, I like that. I thought it was called fairly consistently. And I like that they were letting them play. I like a more physical game, and I didn't really mind the officiating tonight. I thought a couple of Brunson's regular fouls could have been called offensive, but that's another story for another day. Overall, I wasn't going too crazy over the officiating. 47-46, the Grizzlies did get the Knicks in the rebounding category, but pretty dead even. 32 assists, as we noted earlier in the show. Knicks 18-1. When they average more than 30 assists in a game. 20 steals tonight for the Knicks, man. 20 steals, which was contributed to the overall 26 Grizzly turnovers, which led to 36 Knick points. So great job by the Knicks defensively, man. Just active hands and energy, hustle, you name it. 31 fast break points for the Knicks to 9 for the Grizzlies. 70 points in the paint to 60 for the Grizzlies. The largest lead of the night, 39 for the Knicks and 2 for the Grizzlies, man. Crazy. Damn near wire to wire.
I mean, I think the one that sticks out to me the most is definitely the scoring off of the Grizzly turnovers. So the 36 points off the 26 Grizzly turnovers. This team doesn't, everyone talks about it. You could hear it on the broadcast. You can hear us talk about it, man. This team doesn't really get out in transition that much. But when they do, they're very effective.
Yeah.
And they're very efficient. So 36 points off of 26 Grizzly turnovers. I like that because this team, shaking up a little bit, man. Getting out there. Go run. Go make these guys work. Go get some easy buckets.
Yeah.
Sometimes where you just work the half court all the time, although this team is more than capable of doing that. Seeing Cat with the high work actually from the top of the key and finding, I think it was Bridges cutting, stuff of that. Stuff like that is just so, that's already in the fabric of this team, working the half court.
Yeah.
Getting out of transition, though, you're going to need to do that, especially when it gets tight postseason. You need to, just clamp up on defense and turn that into offense. It's going to be moments like that, man, that will determine whether or not you win a game in the postseason. We've seen that. We've seen that against the Pacers. We've seen that against the Sixers. Well, actually, we've seen that in all series, man, that the Knicks have been in. If you can translate defense to offense, you're going to be out on the winning side of things. And so that number sticks out to me the most. And then everything else just checks out for what this team did, man. I mean, they just dominated the Grizzlies in all parts of this game. I mean, the fact that they were one shy of a rebound, they were just knocking their shots down that well that they didn't need to do that much rebounding tonight. But still, overall great night. 26-10, they protected the rock, man, against a good defensive team.
Against a good defensive team. Great job, man. They were locked in, well prepared, and executed damn near flawlessly. The key stats of the night, Al, brought to you guys by Underdog Fantasy. As one of the super chat said, shout out to JD on the play-by-play. Underdog Fantasy, man. Try it out. Use our code KFTV to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash plus a free pick. And Underdog has 2 games that you can play. You can play the daily fantasy game where you draft players that are playing on a given NBA schedule. And then you will accumulate points based on how the player scores, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, you name it. Then you have the Pick'em, where you can pick between 2 to 8 players and predict whether or not they're going to go higher or lower on a given stat category that Underdog Fantasy has, and you can win up to 300 times your money. So once again, use our code KFTV for a free pick plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Pick 'em, watch 'em, win 'em, but make sure that you guys are playing responsibly. Now, on tonight's docket, I picked 5 players tonight on the pick'em for a chance to win up to $200. But the thing with Underdog Fantasy is that there's 2 ways to play. You can go with the standard payout option, where with the 5 picks that I chose, I would have had to have gotten all 5 correct for my $20 wager to get the $200. Or you can go flex, where you can get money for if you don't get all 5. So you can still get a little something. Now, tonight, I went all 5 with the standard, and I did not get there. I didn't do it just to get there, Al, in the words of Sergeant Sources. I didn't get there. But here was my picks. I did like this Ja Morant lower than 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I had a feeling that this Knicks defense was going to come to play tonight with Mikal Bridges leading the way. Ja Morant finished with 17 points, rebounds, and assists. He waved the white flag early. Also in this one, I went with Jalen Brunson with lower than 26.5 points. Even though Captain Clutch can get hot at any time, I did put my money on this Memphis Grizzlies defense, man, and putting in and factoring in that the Knicks' depth, where you can get scoring from a multitude of ways, might limit Jalen Brunson in this one. Now, he finished with 20, but that was on the strength of a blowout. Either way, I did get that pick correct. Now, I also went lower, Al, Karl Anthony Towns, 42.5 points, rebounds, and assists. With the thumb injury, Al, I just was not sure how Towns was going to maintain his scoring output. I felt like the rebounds were still going to be there, even though he went up against a tough Grizzlies team. And the Grizzlies will give it up to opposing centers, but I still went with Towns with lower than 42.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He did finish with 36 on the strength of that blowout. Now, Josh Hart, Al, I went higher than 10.5 boards. And he collected his 10th board in the fourth quarter. Tibbs did have him in the fourth quarter, minutes police. But he missed it by 1. I missed it by 1. And then the last pick I made for tonight was Cade Cunningham. I went with higher than 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists with Detroit at Cleveland. He finished with 32. But Cade Cunningham had been going crazy, man. He's been averaging 43.4 points, rebounds, and assists in his last 11 games, Al, and hit the higher of that number in his last 7 out of the last 10. So I was comfortable with this one. Cleveland's defense has been the second worst in the last 10 games. I was comfortable with that number with Cade. He finished short on that one, with Cleveland winning 110-91. So that looks like that was blowout city. So Cade probably took a rest. It wasn't as close as I had thought. So it wasn't a winner for me tonight. But I'll be back on Wednesday, man. Play to win. Play responsibly. How'd you do?
I was so close. I'm going to talk about it yesterday because I did an 8-player ticket for, championship Sunday.
Okay.
And I have some gripes with Brian Robertson Jr. Killed me, as well as you, Travis Kelce. You killed me. I had CP. I chose 8 players. I went 6. And I did the insurance because I was like, I just want to win a little something,
Yeah,
so I still got something, not as much as I could have won, but I hit on Saquon getting more than 99.5 rushing yards. He got 114. I had higher on Jalen Hurts for over 199.5 passing yards. Hit on that. Had Terry McLaurin for getting 1 touchdown, more than 0.5 rushing or receiving touchdown. Hit on that. Pat Mahomes for higher than 219.5 passing yards. Got that. For Josh Allen, higher than 199.5 passing yards. Got on that. This is where I lost, CP. Travis Kelce, man. I just needed a TD from you, man. How do you not get a TD against the Buffalo Bills?
He usually gets it done. His ladies up in the crowd. They showing on the TV like every 5 seconds. There's Taylor. What's he doing right now?
5 seconds. That's too long. It feels like it's every second. It feels like, here's game action, Taylor Swift. Game action, Taylor Swift. Can it be in it? We get it, people. We get it. She's at the game. She's in the booth.
Cringe, bro.
With Patrick Mahomes' wife. We get it. We get it. Stop, please.
Yeah.
And then the last one, this one killed me, CP. Brian Robinson Jr. I had you for higher than 38.5 rushing yards. You know what you finished with, CP?
37. Oh, man. Damn.
This guy.
Damn.
This guy.
And it was not a good one for the Commanders, man. It was not a good one for the Commanders, man. And speaking of which, the squad let Josh Hart have it after his Commanders got watched yesterday at the hands of the Eagles.
I'm surprised Josh Hart sold for the game today.
Yeah, here was Jalen Brunson on them trolling Josh Hart to oblivion on social media. Here he goes.
What did Josh have to do after the loss? Was there a bet that was made? Was he walking in here with an Eagles helmet on? Or?
Oh, no, I let him live.
That's crazy.
Yeah, see, I'm a good friend. I did put his location out there, so I think that was enough.
I got to turn the volume off because the SNY volume's not good, but they basically asked Jalen Brunson if there was a wager on that game, and Jalen Brunson said he let him live, Al. He did put his location out there, so that was enough, but he let Josh live, man. So there that was.
Nasty work.
Yeah, absolutely. Nasty work. Here was the captain, from the captain on tonight's win. Here's the captain with Alan Hahn. Here we go.
Do you see, though, you don't want to ever get too high or too low, but is there potential of this team and what you've seen these last couple of games with playing faster?
I mean, yeah. I'm never one to look forward or say the potential or whatever. It's just how can we just focus on getting better every single day, regardless of what happens. You can't be satisfied. You can't think we're good after just a couple of wins like this. You gotta continue to work, continue to have that mindset. I mean, nothing's given this league, and so you gotta continue to have that mindset every single night.
All right. Well, you had Precious over talking everybody in the damn locker room, and the microphone's picking it up. So if you missed it, Captain just say they just got to stay focused and keep working, man. Stay focused out. All right. Who else? Speaking of Precious, here we go. He's talking about his dunk and returning from the hamstring injury, man. Precious Achiuwa, 14 points tonight, 6 of 9 shooting from the field, and sensational defense. Here was Precious in the locker room. Here we go.
Mobility-wise, I mean, preseason you were playing really well, and you had the hamstring, and you came back early, it felt like, from the hamstring, and you're playing through that. Just where do you feel right now? Do you feel like you're kind of back to where you were in preseason?
Yeah, I think I'm back to where I'm at. The medical staff, they keep making jokes whenever they see me, do stuff like that. Because I was really scared for a long time, something that I never had to deal with before, hurting my hamstring. So that really kind of messed with me a little bit mentally. It takes a little bit just to get your mind, back to where you trust in everything, just to be 100% again.
So that's Precious Achiuwa, Al. If you guys remember, Precious didn't even start the season. Tibbs was working him so hard he didn't even make it out the preseason. Comes about labored but with the hamstring, and he said it screwed him up mentally. Was afraid of re-injury, so maybe that impacted his aggressiveness. All the minutes that he was logging in the preseason. Couldn't even get to the season, man. So he, worked his way through, and now he's looking good, man. He's looking good right now.
For sure, and that's what, I think is the same thing for Deuce McBride with the 2 lower leg injuries, as I said at the beginning of the show. Like, players are human at the end of the day, man. You get injured, you don't want to get injured again. You don't want to miss any more time, and especially when you got to think about Precious's situation where he's on a 1-year deal, essentially another prove-it deal, showing the impact that he can bring for this team, being a two-way player. So him missing any time potentially impacts how much money he can earn the next offseason and potentially even staying with the Knicks if this is where he wants to be. So missing any amount of time for him is crucial because it's only 82 games that he gets to test. It's not like Brunson, Cat, these guys are locked in for 4 years, right? They show up, they've already proved themselves. Precious, especially after, kind of a mixed bag, outing in Toronto for those years, trying to put together back-to-back good seasons with the Knicks. So I can understand, coming back from an injury, trying to fight through, not wanting to get injured, and then thinking about finances on the other end, too.
Yeah. You missed that little jab I took at the minutes police. You missed that little jib. I said he was logging too many minutes in the preseason.
I mean, CP, I didn't even want to acknowledge it. I didn't even want to acknowledge it because who's going to be like, see, CP, you do agree with us. He played way too many minutes. Now, he got injured.
All those heavy preseason minutes, man. Tibbs was running him into the crowd. He had a hammy, pulled a hammy.
I mean, not going to lie, though. That game, he was playing mad minutes, though.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, whatever, man.
Preseason.
Hey, you got to ramp up, man. It's all right, man.
Ramp up.
Yeah, he'll be all right, man. Yes, he'll be all right, man.
We're just hearing about this man talking about his mentality. Like, you'll be all right, man.
Yeah, he'll be all right, man. Who else we got in the locker room? Who else we got? Big Bodega in the locker room. Let's hear from the Big Bodega as he talks about his 3-point shooting slump. Here we go. Here's Karl Anthony Towns in the locker room. Here we go.
Hitting a couple threes tonight is...
Man, it was been a struggle, huh? It's been looking bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been worried my damn self. So, it's been good. Just every day, just regardless what happens, shooter's mindset. Shooting the next one's in. And just kept shooting the basketball. And my teammates instill a bunch of confidence in me regardless of what's happening. And, I just wanted to reward them for that kind of trust in me. And happy that tonight I could hit some threes to give ourselves more spacing on the offensive side.
Is it a matter of you feeling more comfortable with the thumb, or are you just getting used to it, or is it actually improved?
It ain't the last one. I think it's more just getting more comfortable.
All right, as you said, Al, 3-point shooting very important for Karl Anthony Towns so the team can maintain their spacing offensively. And then he said it was just a matter of getting adjusted to the rap and things of that nature.
And he certainly looked like he was well adjusted today, 2 of 4 from downtown. So,
yeah,
looking forward to see. Look, he gets to go against Nikola Jokic on Wednesday. A guy that he does very well against. So let's see him, performing in that game too. We already had a great outing when they first met earlier this season. So looking for him to replicate that type of production yet again on Wednesday night.
Yeah. That was Big Bodega. And then here he is talking about Josh Hart. Here's Karl Anthony Towns with Josh Hart. And a lot of all-star respect this year for Mr. Triple-Double. Here we go.
Josh says that he's not the type of guy who gets an all-star.
I told y'all I want to ruin his whole break. I want to ruin his whole break. I want him to be right there with us playing basketball. I don't want. When he say he want to put his toes in the sand, yeah, all right, we ain't doing that. I want him to be all-star. I think he does. I mean, he's one of the most crucial parts of of the teams that got the best record in the East. I think Josh Hart is the heart and soul of this team. I know everyone wants to pick other people, but I think that when you really in this locker room, you know what he brings to our team, and there's so many things that Josh Hart does that I know that he's getting. I'm super happy that the stat sheet is showing the work he puts in, but there's so much more that he does that doesn't come up on a stat sheet that's so important for us. And I'm just so, regardless how everything plays out, if he's with me and JB on that Sunday, one thing he could definitely know during that break is he deserves to be there. And we all in this locker room feel like he does. And if, coaches give him the nod or not, he's an all-star in our minds.
Yeah, Josh Hart ranking 10th in player voting among guards in the East, man. So it's good respect there. Didn't get any media votes, but between fan votes, player votes, he got some support there, man.
And why shouldn't he? He is, as even Kat said, and we all see it on a night-to-night basis, man. He is just so important to this team. He does all the gritty work. You want to talk about finishing through contact, through traffic, he does that. You want to talk about how he's a playmaker, he does that. Top 10 in rebounding, he's doing that, being at 6'4". Even today, they shocked me with the stat that, Josh Hart leads the league in loose ball recovery. And that's huge.
That was new for me.
You think about, getting out in transition or just keeping a play alive while you're on offense. He's part of that, man. It's all these little things to the game that he does that contributes to winning basketball. And he's just, the contract doesn't even truly show the value to what he means for this team. And so the fact that he can be a scorer in any given quarter, he can be your best rebounder on any given night, he could be one of your playmakers. We already know what he can do out in transition. He hustles on defense every single night. Doesn't matter who's in front of him. He's willing to defend. He'll play 40 minutes too if you need him, as we saw last season when guys are down. This guy, it's no pun intended that he is the heart and soul of this team, but the way that he plays, he actually is, man. And that's why he rocks the number 3 so well for this team. You think about John Starks and the heart and soul that he was for those teams, right? Josh Hart's doing the same thing for this.
Number 3 ain't for everybody, man. Good points, Al. Good points. Didn't Sean Williams rock number 3 one time? I think I was kind of mad about that. And during those D'Antoni days.
We don't talk about those times.
It's like, bro, what are you doing rocking that number, man? Take that off, man.
We don't talk about those times.
Yeah. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal, Chuck Dial, $10 super chats to CP and Alex. That was New York football, Knickerbocker, wing stop secondary. The bench was carnivorous. Absolutely, man. And once they got that wing stop bag, these guys been going crazy. You know? Maybe there's some lemon peppers in that locker room, man. Shout out to Wingstop for sure. Shout out to a guy, Tutto Azuriel of the Italian rugby team. Big time fan of the show. Says love and respect to CP and Alex and to the diehard Knicks fans across the pond. Greetings from our entire Italian national rugby team in Italy. And we say, Forget about it. Is it forget about it? I don't know. I don't want to butcher the Italian, man. Tutto, you got to. I need a translation here, Al. Did you see the words in the super chat?
No, I don't.
Okay, but I need a translation.
It flew by. And I'm not the guy to be giving, the translation.
Yeah, I'm usually in my diplomat bag. My Spanish is good. My Spanish is on point. But nah, man. We'll get to it. We'll translate that. But shout out to Tutto for the love as usual, man. STG Nick, let's go with the MSG report. STG Nick on the Discord.
Yo, what's up, guys? Great
feeling,
win.
man? Great
the vibes were immaculate
Yeah.
inside the Garden for sure.
Mhm.
It was especially a party there in that fourth quarter. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like a dunk contest.
MSG was loud, man. It was loud.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely was. One point that I wanted to bring up for sure was just like if I were to ask you what would be your X factor going into the second half of the season, the postseason, my answer would definitely be Wingstop, and I think that has been kind of like the trend. I feel like when we play well, it's going to be basically those guys. Because for the most part what Brunson's going to bring. I mean, honestly, if you want to say even Cat to an extent is going to be an X factor. Like, what's he going to look like in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Especially with the I liked what I saw today, though. He talked about it there. 2 for 4 from 3, looked definitely a little bit more comfortable. Like, he looks fine in warmups. He's always out there pregame shooting around. Like, the form looks fine. He's making them in warmups. And typically with jumpers, it's like those for the most part are going to translate. Like, if you're open, you're open. So he looks fine in warmups. So I guess that's a good sign. But no, I thought overall, like, it was pretty solid win. Good ball movement. Like you said too, I thought the defense was really another major takeaway.
Yeah.
Getting stops. I thought Precious on Triple J there a little bit. Had some good stops on him. Getting out in transition, deflections. Overall, great game. Obviously, like, the bench is not going to play like this every night, but if you're just able to get some consistency like this, I think that's what you're going to need. Like 14 from Deuce, and I think I actually brought up last game, like, are we a little concerned about Deuce? But no, he's definitely looked like he snapped out of it this game. So that was great to see. But I'll leave that with that'll be my question. Like, what would be your guys' X factor heading into the second half and then into the playoffs?
Easy,
Thank you, guys.
Easy. Mikal Bridges. Been saying it since he got here. Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges plays like this. He makes his team dangerous. Can't take away everything. So if you're going to load up on Brunson, you're going to load up on Towns, that's your X factor. That's your X factor when you shorten up the rotations with the second unit. You got another shot creator that you got to deal with. You know what I mean? That's when we need the Nets version of Mikal Bridges. You get that. You get 3 guys that can put the ball on the floor, create. Put the dog in that mix. We saw the dog with it. That Philly version of the dog was nice now before he got hurt. That Philly version of the dog was ready to go. That's 4. Give me a little Deuce, a little Precious off the bench. But
Don't forget about Josh, man. Come on,
Josh. Yeah, Josh is gonna do it. He's gonna do everything, the dirty work. But I'm talking about, like, shot clock going down, and I need to go get something. The Cowboy X factor. X factor.
For even all my game of the week previews, I've had Bridges as my X factor, just because of like his up and down play during the regular season. But it's to all your points, CP, is that he's going to be your best point of attack defender, and then or like let me rephrase that. He's going to be guarding, relied on to be your best point of attack defender. Not that he is, but he's going to be relied upon to be that, plus to be a creator on the other end. So he's got, it's a big role for him, man.
It's a big role.
And it's much different from what it was out in Phoenix, and it's much different from being on a losing team in Brooklyn. And so expectations are risen for him, and he's, as of right now, he's showing it. He's showing it through these past 2 games that he's more than capable of doing it. but obviously you want to see that high intensity 7-game series in the postseason. That's where you make your money.
No question, man. So to everybody in the chat once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys, man. CP and Alex on the ones and twos. We got over 3,000 people watching between YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter X. Like, share, and subscribe. And hey, welcome to all new viewers. If you guys are new here, type in #new and we will shout you guys out. We also want to shout out another one of our sponsors of the night, Skims. Skims is back, man. Shout out to Skims. This is Kim Kardashian's new line. Shout out to Kim K and the good people at Skims for sponsoring tonight's show. And one thing about Skims, fellas, it's not just women's line. They have now invested in the NBA. They are the official underwear partner of the NBA. And for the men's line, fellas, it's not just the underwear. They have a number of men's apparel that that you guys may like, man. Between tees and tanks, you have the hoodies, sweatshirts, pajamas, socks, things of that nature. And for us, man, they have fitted us, myself and Alex, with their 5-inch boxer briefs, man. And I gotta say, I like them. They're comfortable, great quality. They fit almost like the tights, so you can hoop in them. And, I might rock my Skims on West 4th. You know what's coming out. I might rock my Skims on West 4th this summer in the King of the Court Challenge with some shorts, of course. When I beat Robert Randolph in the King of the Court Challenge. Rock your Skims, man. Rock your Skims. But anyway, on the website, man, the 5-inch boxer brief, that comes in a 3-pack. They typically dwell in like a lot of neutral colors, if you will. So I've got some black ones, I got some gray ones, I have some like tan ones as well. So shout out to our people at Skims, man, for keeping us laced. And check it out, man. Go to skims.com, and once you make a purchase, they will send you a post-purchase survey asking you how you heard about them. You click on podcast and click on KnicksFanTV. Let them know the good people at KnicksFanTV sent you. Shout out to our people at Skims, SKIMS.com. How you feel, Al? You still rocking yours, man? You need a re-up?
Of course.
I'll call Kim up, let her know what's up, man.
I appreciate it. Absolutely, man. First of all, lightweight, breathable, gives you the support where it's needed. Highly recommend them. But, CP, you talk about hooping in them.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you're about to go to, your bathhouse afterwards after you play some hoops. That's the question we all need answers to now at this point.
No, listen. I do have a good bathhouse, but the one in Peak, I was not feeling that one. That one in particular. I was not feeling it. I did not. It just wasn't my speed. I do have one that is fire. That is fire. I'm not going to tell you because I don't want you there when I'm there. But I do have one.
Yeah, I don't want to be there either.
Salute to everybody in the chat.
You do you, CP. You do you.
Shout out to our people on Skims, man. Shout out to our people on Skims. Okay. All right, let's get to Too Cold T. Cole on the Discord. Wrap us up, man.
Mic check. Mic check?
Yes, you loud and clear, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You haven't called in a minute, but, I had to call in on the blowout win. First thing I want to say is those Memphis jerseys were straight up ugly. They were hard to look at.
Yeah, I don't know where they were going with that.
I don't know either, but it felt great to get a blowout win against a good team in the NBA. It was just great all-around scoring tonight. We need to continue off that, build off that momentum. I'm glad we had a chance to see the bench.
Yeah.
20 steals, 6 from OG. This is what we need in the playoffs. So this is the right time for all this to be going down. Every team wishes they had a Josh Hart. You got to rate tonight a 5, rapid fire. Thank you so much, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Salute to T. Cole on the Discord. Salute to you, man. Shout out to T. Cole. He's down there in Austin, repping KFTV heavy. Shout out to J. Cal. J. Cal's in the chat. Salute to J. Cal. Salute to Rhyme Animal Chuck D. Salute to Tyler Gamba. Salute to everybody, man. Shout out to Vincent Huangao, franchise channel member. Says, we play like we're a proud team right now. Let's keep the streak going. Salute to KFTV. Salute to Knicks fans worldwide. Vincent Huang is checking in from Taiwan. So shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. What else?
Everyone in the chat is talking about bathhouses at this point.
Yeah. Oh no, I do got one that's fire, man. I do got one.
Shout out to our guy Jeff Johnson. He's in the chat. He says Bathhouse TV is crazy.
I do got one that is fire though, man. In the city, man.
CP started a whole new channel. All right, guys. Here we go.
Listen, man.
We are now looking at our new bathhouse.
Yeah. I'll do a live stream. Man.
Nobody needs none of that, CP. Jeez, good lord, man.
I'll do a live stream, man. Another announcement we wanted to make before we wrap, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. I did get a special delivery, Al, if you didn't see it on Instagram today. Shout out to the captain and Team Brunson, Al, because remember, if you guys didn't remember, we're going to be doing a watch party for the Knicks versus Lakers game on this Saturday at Slate, NYC, 54 West 21st Street. I need all of New York City, tri-state area, Knicks Nation in the building. We are going to have a fundraiser for our Los Angeles wildfire relief. That's going to be hosted by KnicksFanTV and our good friend Ben Lyons. And we were going to be having a raffle and silent auction where all the proceeds are going to be donated to the American Red Cross. You know what we got out from the captain?
What?
An autographed Jalen Brunson jersey with the certificate signed by the captain himself. I went to go pick it up today. Shout out to Team Brunson for always holding us down, man. Shout out to the whole team. We got that. The team is providing stuff as well. So we're going to have a number of items. We got stuff from the WNBA. We got stuff from local businesses. We got a lot of stuff available for silent auction and raffle. And it's all going down Saturday at Slate, 54 West 21st Street, 6 p.m. DJ Eric L. Beats on the ones and twos. Get your tickets at KFTVWatch.com or KnicksFanTV.com. Yes, we have free tickets available, but we are asking for donations of $20. Just something light. We're going to give back, man, and help some people out that are in need. You know what I'm saying now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, the opportunity to win a signed Jalen Brunson jersey?
Yeah. Oh, no, you're not. Yeah, well, you got to pay for it. It ain't free. You know?
Hey, I mean, you got to pay for it. I mean, it's an auction, but you're still winning it.
You're still winning it. You're still winning it. With the certificate.
It's an auction, man. I mean, at some point, the winner's going to be the highest bidder. So you're winning.
That's right. So, yeah, I can't wait to get back to Slate on Saturday. And we're also going to be at Slate for the Celtics game the following Saturday. So, and I feel like all roads are leading to that game. The way this team is playing, they're catching up on the Celtics in the standings. This week and next, it's going to be one of them ones, Al. Definitely going to be one of them ones. Looking forward to it, man.
Getting battle tested, man. Getting ready. That's it. That Boston game is going to be serious. I really want to see the Knicks come back with that.
Yeah.
I want to see them punish the Celtics, man. Just, be like, hey, let me return the favor from opening night.
Yeah, no question, man. We're definitely looking forward to that. Tomorrow, our guy James Edwards was supposed to be on the show last night. Trilogy was supposed to be with us for Knicks Weekly last night. He'll be on the show tomorrow at 12:30. So we'll be back tomorrow. Ben Lyons coming through the show Wednesday during the Bleacher Report show at 5 o'clock. So action-packed week, ladies and gentlemen. All we ask is that you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. The number one show for the fans by the fans. Let me make sure I got all the super chats. Shout out to Knicks Forever. Appreciate you. To Pops the Legend, $5 super chat franchise channel member says Tibbs met CP in dark corner, and he told me to say that. Shout out to Pops the Legend. Shout out to Tibbs Fan TV, man. We up, man. 143. We, destroying the league right now. Yeah, let's go. Well-coached team. $5 super chat from Marv. That boy says, call me Ron Browse, because I'm jumping out the window with this one. I'm jumping out the window with this one. That was a classic. That was a classic, man. A-Dub, salute. Okay, James Baker, Al. His CP and Alex. Okay, got that one. Shout out to JD. Okay. I think we got everybody, man. I think we did. All right. Well, Al, great show. All the mods, great show. Hey, remember that this show's available in audio podcast format. So if you missed it, you can catch it on all major podcast platforms. And if you missed tonight's live show, salute to the replay gang, man. Salute to the replay gang. Everybody catching up. Have a great evening. Have a great day whenever you guys are tapping in. And we out of here, man. Great win. 143 to 106. 4 games in a row for the good guys, Al. We out of here, man. Peace.